New Artist Spotlight Podcast.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. I'm here today with two very special guests. So it's Big OG, you know me. Here again on the Artist Spotlight Podcast with my special co-host today. We got Virginia of Bluestrainer.
That's right, NAS bro in the house.
That's
Hey.
filling in for Wilko. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am okay-ish.
You're surviving.
I'm surviving. Recovering from COVID and who knows what else, and an ear infection, but we're good. We're back. And today we have a very special guest with us. Virginia, you want to introduce him?
Yeah, y'all, we were just talking before we started and we learned that all of us are in Texas. So come on down to Texas, check us all out. We're all musicians. But today we've got Menta Asylum, or is it classic?
Yeah. It's classic.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, I've got to light it a little bit. Classic, you know? I love it.
Right.
Yeah. So welcome to the podcast.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. It's going to be a fun time. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, it's definitely dope to get you on. You don't get a lot of hip hop artists on, so that's a plus for me.
Yeah, I noticed that. I had seen some of the interviews that y'all had did before, and they were all great, but I noticed like it was very different genres on what I did. It was awesome to see though. So I think that's cool that it's a variety of musicians in the community.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always like bugging Wilko to get because he's usually scheduling people, and I'm like, get some rappers on here, and we just don't have that many in the community, which is I feel like a tremendous disservice. Not that is not involved, but I mean,
Sure.
This is about you, right? So give us a little backstory on you and how you got started with music, and
Yeah, for sure. So like my name's Classic, and like my whole brand is a Menta Asylum, and I pretty much I came up around music. Like my mom and her side of the family, they played a lot of different instruments, like the congas and the drums, all sorts of strings and percussions. And I came up with eclectic taste, and I had experience in so many different genres, from like salsa to classic rock. And I just loved how some that people would just call noise and ruckus, but there's musicians and artists who make amazing sounds and melodies with those quote unquote sounds and ruckus. And I always loved it and had a passion for it. And then in my early teen years is when I really like started getting into it myself. And it started off with hip hop. Like that's what really drew me into it, the lyricism, like the melodic poetry in a sense to it. And I've been on it ever since. I started at like 12, and I haven't stopped.
Yeah, and I noticed too in your bio, you play multiple instruments as well. So not just a producer, but a multi-instrument. What do you play?
Like, so I play the keys, like, 'cause I don't put out like my production side of it, but I do fancy making some beats here and there, as well as I have an electric guitar in the back. So like, I'm a little rusty on that, but I'm learning, and I enjoy it. It's fun. It's calming, and it really like when I get, I guess, anxious, like I just pick up the guitar and it helps. It does amazing things.
that's cool. How did you get into the electric guitar? Like what made you gravitate toward it?
So like when I was in sixth grade, or when I was going to sixth grade, I had an opportunity to play in band, but I mean, I was naive and I didn't run with that opportunity. And then later in life, I had the whole like, what if, or I wonder if I could. And then I was fortunate enough for a good friend of mine who was actually, and he was like trading up or trying to get another guitar. And he offered it to me, like, because he knows my love for music. And he's like, I just want to see it go to a good home. And I don't think there's a better home than somebody who loves music. So he gave it to me, and I was like, this was kind of like the door opening. I have like acoustic guitars here and there, but and that's cool. I love those, but it was something about the electric guitar to me. It's just on another level, right? Like, because you can manipulate it to make so many different sounds when you tweak the amp, and I just once he put it in my hands, I kind of just been playing with it ever since, like trying to learn different riffs and different strings and chord progressions and all that scale theory. It's just fun. Something I always wanted to do, but I never took it serious enough until again I was presented with him for offering it to me.
Yeah, I was listening to some of your catalog and I heard some of that coming through, almost like a kind of like a funky sounding guitar on one of the tracks. And I can't remember which one it was because I think I was listening on random play instead of it in order. So I can't remember which one it was. But no, it was good. It comes out. And it's interesting when you hear, because I think there's this myth and origin, and you and I have talked about this before, that there's this misconception that people who are in hip hop and rap, all they do is spoken word. But I think there's a lot of music involved in it, and it's a real talent. I remember sitting down and with my dad once, and we were watching, I don't remember who it was. It might have been Kendrick Lamar. And he was just baffled. He's like, I don't understand. Like, it's music, but it's not. And I'm like, no, it's music. And so, but yeah, I think that's an interesting thing. And how have you found that with your audience in terms of, I know you are a Menta Asylum as well, so you help other artists. So how do you help with the music, with the rap? How do you fold it all together? And what do your fans say about that?
So like it's interesting because I actually, like, between the years of 2017 to really like January of this year, I kind of had to step away from it. But it's I guess in a sense a blessing, because since I came back into it, it's really been like nothing but upward trajectories, and more people are noticing in these last few months than they have, prior years, and it's amazing to me. And I just, like, I got people who want to work with me because they say they respect me as an artist and they want to learn how I approach things. And I got people telling me, like, your work ethic is inspiring, and I don't know if you realize. And honestly, I don't realize it, And but I do try to be like open and helpful in any way I can. Like, I'm not the type to, like, if you show me a song, I'm not just gonna tell you, oh, you should do this, that, and the third. But if you ask me, like, what's my thoughts or how would I approach, then yeah, because obviously that's why you're asking me, and I'm here for it. I don't believe in gatekeeping. The primary thing for me with hip hop and just in life in general is each one teach one, and I feel like that's how we all win. I know it might have took me years and years to learn something, but it's like, if I could just teach you that in 5 minutes and you implement it in a way that helps you succeed, whether you tell people I helped you or not, like, I did and I know I did, and that's good enough for me. Like, I went with you, you went with me. It's amazing working with other dope individuals who take it just as seriously as me, and I'm here for it. I think we all can win. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. So most people know I'm from Detroit, right? And in the last few years, the Atlanta rap scene has been like the biggest, like, since I don't even remember who was before Atlanta. Right now, it's insane, right? Like, a lot of artists from Atlanta are just like dominating, right? And so there's like a meme floating around. It's like artists in Detroit, and it's like artists on different like stairs, right? And it's just like they got guns and they're shooting each other and they're like trying to push each other off like down the stairs. When it's like, then it's compared to artists in Atlanta where it's like they're all reaching down to pull up the next artist, and we see that a lot there. But it's just like everywhere else, or in a lot of other places, that isn't reciprocated, where you get to see like a lot of artists, especially hip hop artists, like reaching back to try to help the next person up once they get on. And like, I know for me personally, I have like over 3,000 songs on my phone, right? So I can have as many artists as I want to listen to, right? Like, it's not a limit anymore, right? I just think that's a really dope outlook and view and approach to music and just to mentorship and helping everybody. And it's something I've always championed too. So as some people know, some people don't. A lot of people shorten origin to just OG. And the way that kind of came about was because a lot of the artists that like I've worked with over just in life, I was doing music before them. And so everything that I knew, I was always just trying to instill it in them and teach it to them, whether it was how to operate a DAW or how to write or how to do whatever it was. And like I just was like always trying to give information. And so that kind of pushed people to start calling me OG, even though I was 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. It's definitely like inspiring and uplifting to see other artists that are just driving the culture forward. I just think that's really cool.
Yeah, so, definitely. I feel like specifically with hip hop, and I'm sure it's in a lot of genres, but I guess because I'm more in tune with hip hop, I see that like a lot of egos and a lot of people not wanting to help each other, and it just blows my mind on why it's even a thing. Like it definitely should.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what draws us all together in New Artist Spotlight too, is that it is a community, and there's a lot of that paying it forward. And like you said, Classic, that there's, we don't want to gatekeep. That's not what we're in this for. We're in this to help each other. And, like as a lot of us will say, if only just one of us can get a wider audience and break through, it'll pull all of us together. So it helps us all.
Right. I agree.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of New Artist Spotlight, right, we all have our different ways that we kind of came into the community. So how was it for you? How did you find New Artist Spotlight, and then how has your experience been since you've been a part of it?
Man, so it was kind of but so okay, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but one of the first songs that I had on New Artist Spotlight was That's a Vibe. Mm-hmm. And it was the collaboration I did with Voyage. And that collaboration, it really shout out to Voyage. Dude is great. The conversations we had is amazing. He's a very helpful person. He's he loves to see everybody win too, and he does what he can. And he actually brought it to my attention and asked me if I had Discord. And like I tried using Discord once and I never understood it and left it alone. And I was like, yeah, I got Discord. And he told me about NAS, and he's like, oh, and he asked if it was okay to put That's a Vibe on there. I was like, yeah, bro, go ahead. Like, that's your song too. It was a collaboration. And then that's kind of how I found my way into New Artist Spotlight as well. And then that's when I had put the What It Was track that I had up there first. And the experience overall has been wonderful. I mean, everybody, they helpful. You have the follow for follow channel, and people don't hesitate to follow you. If you show love back, you're gonna get the love in return, and it's all reciprocated, and everybody has the same mission, and that's just simply getting exposure, being heard, just winning, right, doing what they love to do, and it's a great community, and I appreciate the people who put it together, the people who keep it running, and the people who actively participate in it to make it a thing for people who don't know about it to find out about it and come in and have essentially unlimited resources at their hands.
Yeah, we'll have to check out and make sure you hop over to the music feedback channels too.
Yeah, for sure. That would be dope.
So you talked a lot about kind of how you got here and kind of the journey along the way, but what's the pinnacle for you, and then like what do you hope to be able to achieve kind of long term with your music?
Man, I think first, like, people hear pinnacle and they have like such almost unrealistic thoughts, right? Everybody's trying to be like Drake, everybody's trying to be like the biggest rock star, biggest pop star, and I think people can understand that first of all, there's a bunch of independent artists that's making hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of years that we never heard of, right? Like, you don't have to be Drake to reach a pinnacle and be successful in this. For me personally, my pinnacle, it's rather simple. It's just be able to sustain a lifestyle and live off of what I love doing and help my family and help communities and cities and just people in need. Like that's what it's all about for me. Like when everything's said and done, I just want to be somebody who opened doors and put food on the table for more people than just my family, but people who needed it. And I mean, music has the ability to do that. I do it because I love it, but the fact that it has the ability to do that, it definitely helps and makes me want to strive for better.
Awesome. I love that. I love it. See, now we're all in Texas, so we just need to have like a meetup somewhere between where we all are and just have a little show. We'll do a little showcase. Yeah, we'll bring some NAS people together. We'll bring your artists together. We'll just have a little showcase. We'll all walk away with our $20 in our pocket from our tip jar.
Yeah, for sure. At the least, right? At the least. That's one thing. There's a lot of dope artists out here, like just throughout the whole state. And it's amazing to see because, like, people are lifting up from the bottom. People are, like, reaching out to the side and bringing people in. And it's amazing. That's what it's about.
So one other thing that I wanted to ask you was, so like I can see you're signed in right now as a Menta Asylum, right? So tell us a little bit more about Menta Asylum, what it means, where it came from.
So a Menta Asylum is the brand, it's the label. So I'm kind of like big into like Egyptology and just the whole Egyptian culture in the ancient times and all of that. And Menta in Egyptian terms is known as the underworld, where you would partake in eternity with Osiris on his golden throne. And I feel like not wanting to have such a mainstream or commercial feel, like I'm trying to sit next to the greats, like on the throne. I'm not trying to necessarily sit on the throne because I don't believe in one throne, right? So like I'm trying to partake in eternity with what I love to do. And the asylum part is because I believe we all got to be like just a little bit crazy, right? To know that we can do this. Not even to think that we can do it, but to know that we can do it. At least other people would think we're crazy. And so, that's just kind of how the asylum part ties into it. Like even if it's like this like my little setup, my little studio room. And on the left side of the room, I have like white. It's like it's sound paneling, but it's all white, and that's like the asylum side to me. And I just really embrace it because I know I'm not necessarily the most sane person. Because some of my goals, like people would say, is too big, and in response, I just think they're thinking too small. You know what I mean? Like I'm a big proponent of think globally, not locally. Because again, like everything's possible, especially in today's day and age where there's no barrier to entry. And we have the internet, which is a very amazing resource if you know how to use it. But so Mental Asylum just came from taking my love for Egyptian culture and the meaning behind the mentor, which I think is dope. I mean, partaking next to Osiris, and if you know about Egypt, you know who Osiris was and what he meant to that culture. And then the asylum part, because again, you gotta be a little crazy to do this.
That's dope. That's it's a really good way of coming up with something that nobody else can replicate, right?
Hey, see, now that's poetry, right? That's what all of this is about, poetry.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we are gonna get into one of your songs, right? I know you sent it to Andres, and you just sent it to us right before I was playing it. Because this isn't out yet, is it?
Nah, this one. So by the time this drops, it will be out. But as of right now, it comes out this Tuesday, which is May 16th. And I look forward to this one. I think it's a gem, man. I mean, you heard it, right? So what you think?
Hey man, I like it. I did. I was listening to it and trying to get this all set up at the same time, but I definitely had to pause a couple times and make sure I was paying attention while I was listening to it. So
sure.
definitely quality right there, bro.
And I will be honest, as the guest host, I am not privy to it, so I look forward to hearing it.
Right, that's good. I think you'll love it. Yeah, it's gonna be a good record. I think the people are gonna feel it too. I'm excited for it.
Well, please do the honors of introducing it.
Oh yeah, so the song that we're gonna play, it's called "Spread Your Wings," and it's by me, Classic, in collaboration with another great artist who's based in Texas named Amar Monroe. And I mean, he exudes positivity, just a great human being. I reached out to him. The work ethic's very similar. I know he's a hard worker, and we made this gem possible. The producer is produced by Mini Producer, who's another individual in the community that exudes positivity and is a genuine person. I reached out to him personally before I even bought the exclusives. It was engineered by somebody named Gio the Genius, another dope individual who I worked with before on a song I got called What It Was. Connected with all of them. And I was just really proud of what we were able to do with this one. Like, I feel the people are going to love it. It's a positive message. You can play it for the babies. You can play it for the grandparents. Like, it's just going to resonate. And I think the people will like it.
It's classic. Amar Monroe. I appreciate you, family. This one's for the people. Talk to me.
We came overcame. Despite all of the things that was supposed to make us break, I can't even lie right now. Spread my wings, I'm flying high right now.
Young kid in the streets, live life like I'm meant to be. Stuck inside of poverty, had to change my mentality. Not the man I ought to be, got tired of monotony. The day I chose to spread my wings, postponed the day that angels sing. Lost some friends who were close to me and saw some things I shouldn't have seen. Most my teachers would believe I'd be deceased before 18. They shout out to my dreams, the reason why I breathe. Been locked down behind them bars when times is hard. I grind with heart, keep up my guard, proud of my scars, shining bright and far. Outer space shooting star. Went from drowning in my sorrows to a road that's filled with potholes. Every breath I take is borrowed. My emotions can't be bottled. Grew wiser, decided to live for tomorrow. I had to
We came overcame. Despite all of the things that was supposed to make us break,
can't break us.
I can't even lie right now. Spread my wings, I'm flying high right now. We came overcame. Despite all of the things that was supposed to make us break, I can't even lie right now. Spread my wings, I'm flying high right now.
This is all you need. Don't let them clip your wings. Fly away, little baby. It's about that time you succeed. Best friends won't believe when your girl might up and leave. Just focus on your goals you was born to achieve. Lord knows you a beast. All the benefits you reap supersedes all defeat. So get up off your knees. You can change. Look at me, still a hustler in these streets, but all I move now is CDs. Put my logos on some T's. Ain't no competition. Carpool tunnel vision. Family proud of just how far I came, but nowhere near the finish. I still got quite the distance. I can't sacrifice existence. It feels great to say I did it. You should try it. We're not that different. I promise we're not.
We came overcame. Despite all of the things that was supposed to make us break, I can't even lie right now. Spread my wings, I'm flying high right now. We came overcame. Despite all of the things that was supposed to make us break, I can't even lie right now. Spread my wings, I'm flying high right now.
Listen, you can do anything you set your mind to. We all got our own struggles, and every day is a challenge to overcome them. But you gotta believe in yourself. Don't do it for nobody else, do it for you and the people that love you. Because you're not alone in this journey. We all in this together.
I'm still overcoming.
That was amazing, classic. I loved it. I had a question. You know, I was going through your socials preparing for this, and so did a little internet stalking, and I saw some pictures of your studio. And I messaged Origin. I said, that studio is sick. We got to talk about that. So tell us a little bit about, you know, what your studio setup is. What's your process? What's that?
Yeah, so the studio is like I have my home setup, and then I have like my always setup I go to, and that one's more fun because it's like it's just me, no distractions. Sometimes I have a homeboy in there, and he'll engineer me. It's always dope going into the studio. It's like my sanctuary. Like when I'm in those four walls, nothing outside of that exists to me. The whole process behind it is just letting the creative juices flow, experimenting, trying different things, finding what fits the mood of the song. I enjoy the creation process of it all. And then I enjoy like hearing it and then being like, oh wait, let's try this. Maybe this will make it, sound good. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it's like, now we can go ahead and take that off. You know what I mean? So it's always fun creating music. I love it, whether it's my music, whether it's somebody else's music that blessed me with the feature to get on and work with them. It's always fun. Whether it's in here, whether it's over there at the other one, it's like 5 minutes of the road for me. And so it's always fun. I just love being in there. It's like I wanted to capture that, but like my second home that became the first home. And that's really how I feel about it. It's amazing.
That's really dope. I caught a couple of things in there, right? So I do want to kind of add some follow-ups there. So you said, one, you buy exclusives. You got the exclusives for this track that we just played, and two, sounds like you outsource your like mixing and mastering to professionals to get you the sound that you want, right? So how involved are you in the mixing and mastering process? Since you're not doing it yourself, so are you just kind of sending it out and just like trusting what you get back, or are you kind of like really hands on in the process in the mix with it?
So I have 3 people that I can go to for the mixing and mastering process, but I have 2 of them that like I really trust because I worked with them enough times that we already acquired and established like the sound I want. I'm very simple to mix. I don't need all these extra added effects. I just want to sound sharp, and I want it to be a quality mix. Sometimes I would do like a light mix myself, and I would send it out and like just polish it up. Do what you feel needs to be done, but keep within the parameters. Because again, like one of them, this dude named Mr. Keys, real dope individual. I was fortunate enough to link up with him, and I have quite a few songs mixed and mastered by him, and we're actually working on something special for the people. Hopefully, we can get to it towards the end of the summer. That's gonna be dope. But with him, I could just I worked with him on one song, and that was enough for me to be like, yeah, cool. I could just send it to you, and I trust what you do. Then I have the other one where like I like to be more hands-on, mainly so because he's in the area, so like we can definitely meet up and we can talk it out, and I can be as hands-on as I need to be because at the end of the day, like I understand that the engineer, but it's my product, and so I have no problem like saying like, nah, not this, that, that. Nah, you don't have to put that in there. Nah, go, okay, yeah. If you think this will sound best, like I'm open. So I have a vision and I have creative control, but I'm not as stern about it when I trust what you're doing, And again, I've just been fortunate enough to work with some people who know what they're doing. They take care of me and make me sound good.
That's dope.
That's so important to have people you can trust.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Virginia, do you have a weird feeling
that
right
we're
now?
getting close on time and that we're ready to do some rapid questions?
Yeah, it feels almost exactly like that.
Okay. Yeah. We didn't prep this at all ahead of time. I literally am a last minute, hi, I'm here, I can fill in.
Hey, I appreciate you being here.
No, this is actually, I'm just going to say before we get to the rapid fire, no, I really enjoyed this. And thank you, Origin, for inviting me because, we have so many artists in the New Artist Spotlight. I try to check out everyone as they come in the lobby and whatnot and give everyone's music a listen. But I really enjoyed kind of going down the rabbit hole on not just your music today, but your social medias. And there's going in your Twitter today and Twitter. There was this thing that you posted, I think it was just like the day before yesterday, and it said, I've robbed myself of so much joy and I'm still paying interest on that. And, I think that just really resonated with me. And I thought, this guy, you really speak to what I feel NAS means to a lot of us is we're a community. Things ain't always going to be perfect, but we're here to help each other and support each other. So I just wanted to thank you for letting me be on here, Origin, and also Classic for me to talk with you, even though I'm maybe a little awkward. I'm new at this, but it's cool.
No, that's my first time. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate you looking and taking an interest and finding things that resonate with you. That's just what it's about. I feel we all can connect on some level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Virginia, thank you for joining us, right? Filling in this is who she is. Like as a moderator in the community, she's always jumping in, helping out everybody. She's just, I don't know, man. I know today's Mother's Day. It's kind of just like you kind of fill that role in for a lot of us in the community because you just take care of us so well. Like we appreciate you.
That's dope, for sure.
I don't know if I should be happy about that or should I feel like, ooh, Oh, Mom.
I mean,
How
in a
old do you
good
think I
way,
am?
like the cool mom, like the cool mom, you know,
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, it's been great having you as a host. It's been great having you as a guest, Classic. So, I enjoyed it, but we gotta get to the quick fire five. And
Yeah.
you've seen some episodes, so you already know how it goes. But
Right.
no more than 15 seconds to answer the question. 5 questions. We not pancaking, waffling. We're not on the fence with it. You got to give it straight up.
All right.
All right. Question number 1. What is your favorite song from the Artist Spotlight playlist?
Oh, man, I listen to a bunch of them, but you know what? Again, shout out to Boys, man. He just put his new song out there, Rolling, and I'm a fan of that just because I know where that hook came from personally. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that one for now. It's subject to change, you know, but yeah, I think that's it for now.
Always subject to change with so many songs. All right. What NAS member would you like to most have on the podcast?
You know what? Since it's your first time, you digging a little bit more about you because I did some research on Origin and a little bit about Wilko's, and I seen how they handle themselves on the podcast. But probably got to be you so we can get more familiar with it together. Like I said, it's my first time too, so it'll be fun.
Dope. All right. What is your favorite song of all time?
It's either gonna be Gangstar. Nah, it's definitely Gangstar, Moment of Truth. That one spoke to me, and it's just a special place. It brings back memories, flashbacks, experiences, all those. Gangstar, Moment of Truth.
Awesome. Okay, well, thinking of memories and whatnot, or the present, which band or artist, past or present, would you most like to see live?
Oh, man, right off the top, I'm just gonna say it might be cliche, but he was great for a reason. It'd probably be Michael Jackson because he was an entertainer for sure, and it was always a show. Every video I ever seen him perform, it was always a show. For the experience, probably somebody like Bob Marley or even like an Outkast show, but for actual entertainment, Michael Jackson for sure.
That might be kind of close on that 15 seconds. We gonna keep pushing. If you could spend a day with one other new Artist Spotlight artist, who would you pick?
I'm gonna say Wilko because he wasn't here, so you know.
Wilko.
We tried to set you up to say we were going to have a Texas show.
Oh, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Please tell the people where they can find you on socials, how they can stay in touch with you, all that.
Menta _Asylum on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. SoundCloud. It's Menta -Asylum, but other than Menta _Asylum, you can even Google Menta Asylum. You'll find it. I'm not that hard.
All right. Well, thank you for everybody in NAS. Thank you for everybody supporting us, putting us on radio, helping us out, and helping promote the community. Thank you, Classic, for joining. Thank you, Virginia, for helping host. It's been a really dope episode, and peace out.
Sure. Peace. I appreciate y'all, man.
New Artist Spotlight.